one of the very most important team members you can have when you're investing in real estate is a really good loan officer. So I'm here with a really good loan officer. This is Tim Roberts, and he's been closing loans for, how long have you been in the business?
14 years.
So about 10 or 11. I was trying to think how long I've been sending clients to him. So about 10 or 11 years just for me. And there are a few things I've noticed that he does different than other people do. So we're here to find out what makes him so special.
If you share that information early, if you share your goals and what you want to try to accomplish, an experienced loan officer can tell you how to do that. But the most important part is use a team. Get a good, solid, professional real estate agent, someone that can work with cash flows, someone that can work with different kinds of loan programs or purchasing. They understand the investment side of that. Get a good CPA and get a good loan officer so that they can all work together, because you need the team. The team is the most important part of this.
So is it a very different strategy if you're helping somebody that, say, wants to buy their first home to live in versus an investor that wants to buy 20 properties?
It's always a different environment, I think.
So when you talk about people telling you everything and sharing things with you, is there anything that's too much information? Or can they literally tell you everything from I owe back child support to I get overtime at work and I get bonuses, I have an old collection bill? Is there anything they should not tell you?
Well, the loan officer, you should use the loan officer as an advocate. You should share everything. It gives me the best chance to help you. I mean, if you have back collections or those items, then we'll have to deal with those. But really, there's checks and balances. So if there's not something that I don't know about and the underwriting happens to find it, it weakens my ability to get through
I
underwriting.
know I've heard you talk about finding out things in the middle of the process. I think that's a really important thing that everybody understands, because you really are their advocate. And you work as our team member. So your loan officer is not somebody you should keep secrets from. They're not the bad guy. And the more that you can prepare them ahead of time to go in there and be able to take all of the pieces and work them around the way that it's going to present you the best to the underwriter, that's really what you're aiming for. So don't be afraid to tell them everything, and they can tune out what doesn't really matter or seems insignificant to you. And how about working with clients that were referred, like Nikki and Shelby? So I just finished closing a deal with cute sisters, first time home buyers, and the older sister was getting the loan in her name. The younger sister was living with the older one. And so I went through the whole process with both of them, but at the very end, the younger sister said to me, you know, I'm so glad that my uncle referred me to you and Tim, because we went into two different banks, and one of them said we can't even get you a loan, and the other one said we can get you about $180,000, and Tim here got them a loan for over $220,000. So Tim, I want you to tell people, how are you able to do that? That's amazing to me, and it was amazing to them that you could say yes when others said no.
So a lot of that comes down to experience. A loan officer, a seasoned loan officer, you want to know how long they've been in business. They've worked with a lot of loans. They understand how to work within the guidelines of varying loans. One of the things we did with Nikki is we refinanced a car. We dropped her payment down $100 a month. Well, that happens to be $20,000 of buying power.
Perfect.
We added a little bit of income that another lender couldn't use. I showed her how to document it the proper way so that we could use that in buying. So we found more income that we could use to qualify. We decreased debt to allow a higher buying power. and then we just put her on the right loan program. And one of the things I wanted to share, you asked about the importance of using a loan officer early in the stage to become an investor. Okay, so I had a gentleman that he was buying investment properties. He wanted to buy he owned two, wanted to buy his third investment property, and he went to a loan officer. The loan officer didn't understand his income or the best way to present the income to the underwriter, and that loan got denied.
Mm-hmm.
So the loan officer went to my client and said, "You can't buy any houses." Today that gentleman has 30 loans or 30 investment properties.
That is amazing. And this is why we go with team and why we don't take no for an answer. We keep working through to find somebody that can say yes to us, because there's always a way to do what you want to do. It's either a matter of time. Maybe you do have to do some extra steps, like get a different kind of job, bridge a gap, get another tax return behind you so that you're set up right, clear off some credit. There are things you may have to do, but if you want yes and you're determined to get that over the lifespan of however long you want to invest or however long it takes to buy a house, then just don't take no for an answer. Just listen to your professionals, do what they say to do, and come up with that strategy and plan, and you'll get those investment properties you want.